more about the casual scene than anything else.
Yeah.
But whereas like Street Fighter, Marvel, they only show up for the tournaments and that's it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They go to their online session.
The online session.
Show up at the Ranbats at the tournament for their new tactic or whatever. That's it. It's like
Sounds about right.
Yeah. It's like they don't. I don't know if you guys actually meet up outside of like anything besides tournaments, isn't it?
So right now, who do we got?
We got ShinPaulo with Margaret and Dan on Minazuki. And Margaret's like tearing it up with that rush down. I like the system much better than I like the Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue.
I like it that it's like, by itself, it's a pretty user-friendly game,
Yeah.
and then it has an actual like in-depth like it's deeper than it looks, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a very simple game too. So I mean, there's depth, but it's very, you can get in real fast, like without having any idea. You know, just mash A or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously that doesn't work like too far. Like once like you start playing people who are like really playing the game, but it's yeah, once you like start learning everything about this game, then you got to learn the character matchups like any other fighting game. Then you have to learn the advanced tech. But yeah, like you were saying, I like that it's a more basic game that you can just pick it up and kind of have fun with it.
Yeah, it's like the timing isn't too strict. It's like it's kind of like Marvel's term of like where it's like it's easy to pick up as well. I mean, you got the basic stuff, but then you get the more advanced stuff with defense and offense and all that.
Yeah, and that's like what's cool about Marvel as well. Like when you first pick it up, it's like as easy as ABC launch, ABC launch. Like that's
ABCS.
That's just
jump ABCS and super. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Marvel. That's.
But I don't know. I'll have to see what it's like by the last week of Ranbats, see how this game is going. But I mean, it's not bad like in Mike's. It's actually more consistent than, say, Street Fighter or Marvel in terms of the session.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have more people playing this.
Well, that's good, though. That's, you know, like, you got the players that are still wanting to come in to play and practice. Like, Street Fighter and Marvel is just kind of like, well, we all still play Street Fighter and Marvel, but we'll come play it just because it's there, you know?
Yeah. Not like, it's like, is Marvel out? Nah, I don't want to set it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to go out in my car and grab an Xbox. Screw that. But I'll have to see. It's like I was thinking like it's going to be interesting considering, what is it, Guilty Gear came out and that Smash game came out. I was thinking, is that possibly the fourth game that's going to have been, people have been waiting for?
Yeah.
But Smash died like the week of, and I don't know, like people have been trying to clamor around Guilty Gear, but not much.
Guilty Gear and Smash, like the thing that they both have going, like that I don't really care for is the whole thing of being exclusive. I don't own like a Wii U, and I don't plan on getting one. And I mean, the other thing is like Guilty Gear is PlayStation exclusive, which I don't have a problem with that because Tekken's the better, like, or on PS3, Tekken's the better choice for that system as opposed to the Xbox. But
what do you think of like that Mortal Kombat 10?
I like to try new games whenever I get the chance, and I always try to see the potential in games. But the thing about Mortal Kombat is it requires a following. So when it comes out, I highly doubt, at least up here, we're going to get too big of a following to where we're going to be able to play it consistently. Though, from what I've seen about that game, there's a few cool things about it that looks interesting. It looks like you're familiar with Injustice, right?
Yeah.
It looks, because Injustice was a more polished up Mortal Kombat 9.
It's like the one thing I don't like about Mortal Kombat is block buttons. I hate block buttons.
I totally agree. Like
it's like cross-ups that difficult. You know what would be good for a block button? It's like fucking Marvel.
Oh my god.
Well, like I need a block in that game.
Man, in that game, like I don't know what it is. The blocking just feels easier. Like when I play Street Fighter as opposed to it, I'm just like, this game is 10 times slower than Marvel, but I still get hit by these things. Like, why is this happening?
Well, it's just It's just like, you know, like the recovery and all that stuff. When
Yeah.
it's like they fucking Marvel doesn't have 2 digits. Everything's in 1 digit. It's like shit's like at 1 frame and stuff. It's like, oh, that's seeable. It's like 1 frame. It's like, I want to see this guy. But what do you think of like Tekken 7?
I like what I'm seeing so far. I mean, you know that I'm not too familiar with Tekken, but I've been wanting to learn and pick it up just because I've been seeing it's like the most consistent game out here right now. But from what I've seen of 7, looks really cool. I enjoy having the 1v1 aspect to it as opposed to having the tag team. I don't know what it is, but I just don't care for a whole tag system.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of tag system. I just play it just cause it's the Tekken.
That's
like, but you know, a lot of people say, oh, we'll play Tekken once Tag 2 comes out. It's like, no, dude, you'll play it on 6 before you Tag 2, because like Tag 2 really killed a lot of the casual people. Like back then, like this game really killed. It's like, cause it's hard enough learning one character and like learning the matchup with that character. Now you have to learn 2 characters and they're both specific matchups for the other opponent's 2 characters. It's like, it's a lot to you know,
to really gather
like,
up.
retain.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with most fighting games is when you first play, usually you're just like, you want to find that character that you want to like stick with because you like the play style or the character, etc. And then you want to stick with that one character until like you feel very comfortable in order to play in like tournaments or against other good players. But in a game that it requires you to learn multiple characters, I totally agree with you on that. Marvel's a little bit easier on that matter. Like you're just like, okay, this character does this, but it has this one little thing different about it. The thing that's interesting about that game, though, as far as like fighting games go, I like that they have the types of characters. Like the zoning characters are all very similar, but they have different aspects of them. Or
wait, are you talking about Marvel or?
Yeah, with Marvel. Like, I could easily compare with my team as opposed to like the Doom team. It's the same. It's the same idea, but done with another character.
So, I wonder if like Dan can make a comeback out of this one.
So you said that you've played this game a little bit, though, huh?
Yeah.
Between the 2 players, who gives you more troubles?
It's a very matchup specific. So it's like, say, Margaret is just like a zoning character, and that will give trouble a lot for my character. You know, so it's like it's really just the matchup. Basically, it's like depending on their strengths, it's like what they can use, and like a lot of them, it's like also that like that knowledge of that matchup and the frames.
I'm not sure yet.
You can see here.
Let's see. I've got Bombi next on Street Fighter. Whenever that happens, but